Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jess and today's reading will be about what gentle messages do you need to hear about yourself right now. So there are 4 groups for you guys to choose from. Group 1 with the strawberry quartz, Group 2 with the clear quartz, Group 3 with the snowflake obsidian, and Group 4 with the Amazonite. So if you need a moment to find out which group you feel called to, drawn to, which can sometimes be more than one, you can pause the video or wait for the meditation moment. The timestamps are in the description box down below, and I will see you in your reading. Hi, Group 1, welcome to your reading. So we will be looking into what gentle messages you need to hear about yourself right now and what Spirit wants you to know as well. So let's get started with what this is about. Like, what is it? What is the topic? Oh, okay. So what is the topic for Group 1? Okay, I'll take one, okay? We have Mermaid, okay. Okay. Okay, so I don't know, I think I should put it here. Okay, so what gentle messages does Group 1 need to hear about themselves right now? Surrender to the uncertainty. I cannot speak Spanish, so I'll just say the English portion, part, read the English part. Yeah, English. Okay. What gentle messages does Group 1 need to hear about themselves right now? So what I feel right at the start when thinking about this is that you have been really pushing yourself down or putting yourself down or making things hard for yourself when it's actually not necessary. Like worrying about the small things that are not actually that important. Like, I'm just being reminded of my own scenario, and I was like constantly worrying about my finances and stuff like that. And then I realized, like, I have nothing to worry about. These are actually small things, and that's not really something that is going to be, you know, money is easier to get than we would think. I don't know how to explain it, but money is something different, for example, than a love connection, like a very, you know, it's not as easy to grasp, or is easier to grasp than a very divine connection, for example. Mystery. secrets and hidden meanings, which I was laughing because for a second, I was sneaking into the booklet for this card. It says Hidden Worlds, Magic, and Secret Knowledge. And yeah, it has a lot of mystery to it. So I find that a very interesting. I feel like you are about to get into a sort of part of your life when you are really realizing who you really are. Or maybe you are already in this part where you're like, you may feel really alone right now, or you may feel really lonely, or you may realize that you have always felt lonely, one of the above, or all of the above. And it's not necessarily that it is a, we may feel like it is, not really a fun experience. Like I'm burping all the time, sorry. But I feel like this is talking about like mostly you really coming into your own power because you're starting to realize who you are. I feel like this is going to be like you are in a time, or you are going to be in a time where you are really reinventing yourself. Like, what do I like? What do I not like? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What can I do right now? And what should I wait with? Okay. So what gentle messages does group 1 need to hear about themselves right now? Like, at first, I feel like you really need to know, like, scared me for a second. I heard a sound. I don't know if it was just in my head or if it was real. I don't know. Whatever. And we have the peace and stillness. So I feel like this is really talking about the part where you are, I feel like you're starting, or you're in a situation or in a part of your life, whatever the case, where you feel a little more disconnected from others. You feel a little bit more distant. You feel like you're a little more lonely. Well, you're like, why am I actually feeling this way? Why am I so distant from other people? Why am I not enjoying the things that I used to enjoy? Like, let's just say, like, you used to like going out with your friends, and now you're like, I don't know what it is, but I just want to be alone for a little while. I don't know. You don't even know how to explain it. It's just like you feel a little bit more detached. I need to look in the book for this one for extra messages that I'm missing. X24. Peace. Okay. Divine plan. Okay, I'll just read it. So I feel like I need to breathe a lot. Like, what is this? Like, I mean, breathing, we all do that, but I need to like remind myself even more right now, like, that I need to breathe while I'm talking, something like that, whatever. So all life unfolds according to a perfect divine plan. We mustn't push, force or rush our journeys and dreams, for it can create friction and resistance to the magic unfolding at every moment. Things need time and deep nourishment to grow and flourish. When we rush through life, constantly striving to reach a destination, working ourselves to exhaustion and barely slowing down enough to listen to our needs, we miss out on witnessing the beauty of it all. This card is here to tell you to slow down, be patient, and trust your path. When you let go, a stronger current of creative momentum will flow. We have been programmed to believe that our value comes from doing, not being, when being is the most powerful gift we can offer ourselves as we grow through life. Let go of your need for things to happen in a certain way. Stillness creates more receptivity for the things we desire to come into our lives. Take a break and simply enjoy this moment. Celebrate where you are now. The future will be there when you are ready, but there is nothing more important than the present. So I feel like you are really being encouraged to not, force yourself to go faster than you're able to. Like maybe you're like kind of shaming yourself, like, why am I being so hard? Why am I being so slow? Why am I doing it this way? And why am I not doing it in the way that I usually do? Like when you have expectations of yourself, I get that it kind of gets messy, and you can kind of, you're kind of hurting yourself in the process, because you keep telling yourself to do it in one certain way when there's always, like, how I'm seeing this is that this is saying that you are here for a reason, and not just like on this planet, but I mean in this phase of your life, you are here for a reason, because you need to find you need to come back to yourself and reevaluate what is important to you. I'm being reminded of something from myself from the last couple of weeks and I'm being reminded, like, maybe you also have this, but I really made a hard decision to let someone go that I've been for, you know the feeling when you're kind of like, you have something for someone, you don't want to let this person go, so you kind of keep on going, like letting things happen in your mind or in your imagination, so it kind of feels like you're still not really letting go of this person. I'm not trying to spoil my my life a little bit, but it could be that for some of you, you may understand. I don't even know if some of you understand, but there's like this feeling of letting go of some sort of belief that you had, or some sort of very intense, like intensely holding on to something or someone that you know, or that you have been feeling that is not really bringing you anywhere. Like maybe it has only brought you further and further into this kind of confusion, where you don't really know who you are right now, because you've like really pushed your belief or yourself so much into this idea of what could happen with this thing happening your way, or person coming into your life. And I'm not saying like if you had like let's just say like if you had like an idea of what kind of person needs to come into your life, like maybe we need to reevaluate. Like I'm not saying like let go of the fantasies or of the desires that you have in a relationship, for example. Like if this is talking about you wanting a new relationship, and it's not saying like you need to like put down your desires, but actually put them up. Like maybe you deserve a lot more than you think you do. Maybe you need a lot more help than you think you do. So is there anything else? So I also feel like there's this part where you're just are kind of in a state of like uncertainty in general. Like you are kind of like maybe feeling a little more sensitive. For some of you, it could be like getting into like your uncertainty or your mental health issues, or any kind of mental health thingy going on, could be getting into your body. Like your body really reacts to how you are feeling. Even the things that you are trying to push away, these are going to show into symptoms. I mean, I was pretty aware of those things before, but I had last couple of weeks, like my mental health, even, I was not really feeling well in my body as well. So like, and I'm not talking about exhaustion, I'm talking about, okay, let's just forget this. But I really feel like maybe getting in touch more with the truth of who you are, and that maybe a little bit of it kind of feels like getting back to not just who you are, but also with the magic that you carry, like actually forging some kind of relationship within with yourself, and with your abilities and with your talents, and really seeing that. And and seeing not just what you made, but why you made or why you did these things in the first place. Like this book said, like, don't just look at what you can be for other people or something like that. I don't even remember what exactly it said. We have been programmed to believe that our value comes from doing, not being, right? When being is the most powerful gift we can offer ourselves as we grow through life. So to really focus more on who you are and not of what you can do and something like that. Like, I feel like I do get it. I do get it. For someone who struggles with some issues, I do get it that there are certain, there are sometimes people who do really not see their own worth or really see themselves the way that other people do. And I feel like this path here, this part is there to remind you of who you are and not just of what you can do. And not just, it's almost as it could even be for some of you that you need to remind yourself that you are also a human being. And when you look at someone on the street and this person smiles at you and you are like, hey, I don't know, I'm happy that they were smiling at me, I'll smile back at them. Yeah, I don't know, like this small thing that you are doing as well for others, like even if it's a small thing, like people can be really happy that you are doing this. And I'm not saying like focus again on what you are doing for others, but look into the intention of why you are doing things. Then you are maybe more able to see why you are such a beautiful person, why people love you for who you are and not just for what you can offer. So now we'll get into some advice and messages from spirit or any source, any loving source that you believe in. Okay, how am I gonna do this? I'll keep it like this. So advice and messages from spirit for group 1. Sorry, but no, I won 1 card. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, where did I put you? There, okay. Just ask. There are many here in the spirit world that can assist you at this time. We are made up for the divine source, your loved ones, friends, guides, angels, and spirit helpers who are waiting to assist you. We are your spiritual team, and all you have to do is ask for our help and guidance. Is there anything that is on your mind that you are like, I don't know, questioning about? Like again, like don't be afraid to not have the answer right in front of you. Let it just, come to you in unusual ways in which you may not have ever received a message before. Okay, so okay, so advice and messages from spirit. Okay. Fell out really quickly. All right, so surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change the situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. I was just thinking about something about why this is connecting to that 1 card, but I kind of forgot why. Right, what I was saying, like, I was talking about you do not know what is or for some of you, you may not know what is coming in next, especially for the ones who, of course, chose this group, since there is like this slight vibe of uncertainty here. But what I felt with this, like, whatever will happen, do not see it as a threat, because even if you don't know what is happening or it's something that you are not familiar with, something scared me. Okay. Doesn't mean that it is here to bring you down. That does not mean that it is here to threaten you. It's not here to make you feel on edge or scared, like you may react that way, like you're scared, like what is happening, I don't know. But that doesn't mean, like, even if you do not have control over something, and even if you do not know the answer yet, that doesn't mean that you are not safe. That doesn't mean that things are not going to turn out fine, you know, or maybe not, I don't know. Okay, so advice and messages from Spirit for group 1. Okay. Advice and messages. Sorry, I was quiet because I'm listening right now to a song that I have not heard in a long time, and it's kind of making me a little emotional. Okay, so advice and messages. In case you want to know which song it is, it's Skyscraper from Demi Lovato. Can I have messages and advice from Spirit, please, Spirit? Okay, there we go. We have allow space with grounding in grace. Let me notice the space in which the birds are singing, how everything emerges out of emptiness. Let me befriend that emptiness as the womb of grace. Today see if you can back off from the efforting of your ego, even the trying to be spiritual. Instead, befriend some empty space. Carve out some time where you can sit quietly, this reading, my gosh, okay, in a place where you will not be disturbed, even if only for 10 minutes. You can do a formal meditation practice if you wish, but it is also important to simply be. Do something as simple as just stepping outside with a cup of your favorite tea, minus your cell phone. Oh, that's asking a lot. Okay, and sit without any kind of agenda. Just allow space for grace to find you. All right, now just one. I don't need to say anything else. I feel like I don't need to add anything else in there. Now I'm just going to ask a very specific message from Spirit with this amazing deck that I have used quite a lot personally. Okay, so message from Spirit to group. I just wanted to say group 4, group 1. There we go. And we have, dare you, sometimes you just feel like no one understands you. You are not heard, or even that you don't count. This, my dear, is a terrible illusion, and although your feelings tell you that abandonment is real, well, we who love you know better. You are never alone, and even when rejection happens, you are ultimately being protected so better things can replace what wouldn't have worked in the first place. Breathe. Everyone on this side of the veil is watching over you and rooting for your ultimate success. Life loves you, we love you, and you are a unique spark of the universe and always connected to the light and the source. You are always in our care. Trust and keep the faith. Love you always and forever. For the ones who want to maybe screenshot it, because that's a very beautiful message. All right, so group, stay in place. Group 1, that is all I have for you. So I hope this reading resonated or was helpful in some way. I wish you an amazing day or night, and I hope you'll be back in the future. Hi Group 2, welcome to your reading. So we will be looking into what gentle messages you need to hear about yourself right now and what Spirit wants you to know as well. So let's get started with what the topic is, what you need to know. Just a little thing for me so I know what I need to talk about, whatever. Okay. So what is the topic for Group 2? Did I say Group 2? I think I did. Okay. I forget pretty quickly and easily. Okay, hi. Temple of Dreams. Sounds good, don't you think? Okay, so temptations, options, opportunities, illusion. All that glitters is not gold. Choices, illusions, obscurity. This is pretty much the 7 of Cups. Okay. So now, so what gentle messages does Group 2 need to hear about themselves right now? Discover your magical place. I am not Spanish. I'm not going to read the Spanish part here. Okay, I'm getting an interesting energy. We'll see what happens. We'll see. What is this? Okay. What gentle messages does Group 2 need to hear about themselves right now? Hard work, commitment, and perseverance. Okay. I'm still trying to kind of let the energy get in. I don't know how else to say it, for lack of better words. Okay, one second. Okay. No. I'm still trying to make sense, or at least to myself, and understand what is happening right now. Because I am getting the feeling that you kind of feel left out by your loved ones in some way. And if that doesn't make sense right at the get-go when I'm saying this, I'm trying to say, like, not like they're literally leaving you hanging, but you might feel misunderstood in a way of where you are looking at, where you are heading. They may not understand how much of an effort you are putting into something. Because I feel like for you, your imagination is a very beautiful and very sensitive place. Like, you are definitely, what I feel like, you are definitely a very good manifester, and people are like possibly questioning what you mean with you're working on it, you know. They may not understand the root of how you are creating everything and making everything so. There's a part of you that is like really at the beginning of like making these things happen, but I also feel that there is a part of some of you, excuse me, burping. There's also some of you who are kind of already at a very beautiful place in your life, and you're even creating a lot more, and people are just not able to see or understand how you're doing it. But I feel like that is just one part of the reading. I don't really feel like that is all of it. Like, there needs to be a little bit more said about this. The sun has left us. It's getting dark. Sorry. Okay. Got distracted. Oh, there we go. So, the call of the wild. So what I feel, I'm going to look a little more into the booklets of some of these cards about what the meaning is, and maybe I can maybe we can kind of figure out what this is talking about. Okay. So I'm going to read a part of what I read about this card, which I also did with group 1. Ow. Ow, I pulled my hair. Ow. Okay. Sorry. So, the call of the wild. You are a sacred rebel, a wild soul here to lose yourself in a dance of life. You are different from the masses, perhaps the black sheep of your family. Maybe who you are is even deemed taboo. You may feel that you don't belong at times, as you choose not to conform. You may feel that others have a hard time seeing or understanding you, or may have even called you crazy for your unique and unconventional ways. But you are actually the sanest of them all, living your life the way it is meant to be truly lived. Your way is to live deeply from your heart. It is the most natural way for you to be. You are not meant to dissolve into the ordinary. Your rebel heart is a catalyst for change, a sacred agitator calling on people to swim naked in the expanse of love. You sense and perceive this life through a heightened lens that guides you to live and breathe with the wild flow of life. So let yourself be wild and untamed. Kiss frogs, eat wild berries, climb trees, fight for what you believe in, live on the edge of what is known, break traditions, be bold, scream from the top of the mountains, and declare yourself a child of the stars and earth, here to ride the cosmic wave of love. You being you is creating more freedom here on this planet. Never change, never stop. So I was confused at the beginning when I was reading this, because I felt like, why do I feel like there is like this judgment, like, and I'm not saying like you are, like, again, like what this card said, like you are the sanest of them all, because the energy I feel is like what you are experiencing right now is that people literally misunderstand what you are putting your efforts into. You are probably a master manifester. They don't know how you are doing these things, and they may think that what you do is risky, is crazy, weird, not really smart. But I feel like those are people conditioned with the beliefs that they currently have in their life, and not to call them out on something, but I mean, it speaks for itself, the way that they are living, the way that they are perceiving, and the way that they receive as well. So if you are enjoying more of your life, then it is possibly because you are actually, what's that saying? Because you're actually wanting to live and wanting to not just sit on the couch and watch television all day. I mean, I'm not judging if anyone is, because I can definitely relate, well, not to television, but to YouTube, but I can definitely relate to that. But there's more like even if it's not necessarily like you taking action in really strange or dramatic ways, but I feel like this is mostly talking about you just having different opinions, you just being a different kind of character, you just not caring about what other people think, you just trying something new because why the heck not? Why would you try and act and be the same as everyone else if you can be yourself? I feel like what you really need to know, and it's interesting because at the beginning of this reading I was feeling a little more like a little more like I'm not gonna go scream out loud. I feel a little bit more how do I say it? A little bit more not very much very energetic like I can be sometimes. What was I trying to say? I feel like right, today is a little bit the day where I'm a little bit more slower. I'm a little bit more I'm a little bit more I don't know, I'm not as wild and jumpy and weird as I usually am. So and still I felt a little bit like joking around at the beginning of the reading. I don't even know what it was about or at what time, I don't know, but I felt like a little more like I don't care about who is listening to this, you know, like you are probably someone who is just like, you know, I just love being crazy, I love being strange, I love being different. One second. And I feel like what you need to know is that this is not something that you should be ashamed of, and Spirit is really whoever you're thinking of as a loving source for guidance and information. And oh my god, I'm being distracted by my own mindset, by my own thoughts. What? Okay. Let's chill. Okay. Anyway, the message here is like what you really need to know about yourself is that you are a beautiful spirit, you are a beautiful person. Like even if you do things a little differently, even if people view it as silly or something that is just not gonna turn out right, like how would they know that? They only envision the worst in every scenario. So why would you go along with that? Like actually look at what is offered, what you can do. And I mean, if you never try it, I mean, don't do weird things like criminal stuff, okay? I don't want to indulge or anything. But still, just the message is just be you and let yourself try new things, even if people are not going to agree with it. And the energy that I was picking up on right at the beginning was more like, this is maybe how you feel, like people are like keep judging you or keep butting into your business when it's not, you know, they can't really see the kind of, like you're still blooming, like whether you're younger or older doesn't matter, age is just a number. But anyway, it's about you, and I don't really know how to explain it because I guess I am also just a little bit weird. So I don't know how, it's like I don't know how to talk to myself, if I'm being honest. But anyway, I feel like the message here is like you have so many possibilities. What you need to be aware of is it's not about listening to what other people are saying. What I was wanting to say earlier though, like 1-2 minutes ago, was to not necessarily take everything that someone is saying, but maybe there is something in what they are saying that could be a source of useful information for you. So let's just say like this is what they do, or this I don't know how to explain it. This is what this kind of thing does, and this is what this kind of thing does, or experiences that they are talking about with certain people, or beliefs, or with I don't know, but take a little bit of that information and think about it yourself, like if that makes sense to you. And I'm not saying like just being a rebel and disregarding it, because you can still be a rebel and still, you know, instead of just listening to other people, you can think for yourself and possibly outrun a not very welcoming scenario or welcoming kind of thing. It's not about listening to what the others have to say. It's about really taking into account what you are hearing and not necessarily taking it too seriously, but thinking about, is this actually something that could help me? It's not about whether they are right or whether they are wrong. It's about what you can do for yourself to make it easier for yourself. Because I do feel like there's a certain thing here about you liking to be the rebel here and you being misunderstood or feeling misunderstood mostly. And there's still this message here about you being a very beautiful human being, very beautiful soul. So don't let yourself, get too wrapped up in all of these other people's stories. But there may be something that you remember about what someone has said and you're trying to ignore it, possibly, not for everyone. But if that is the case, then notice what that information did with you. Like, look it up yourself, try to ask for information yourself instead of just brushing it off and just, carelessly acting like it may not be important, just to go against what other people want. All right, so now I don't know what else to say. Like, you really, sorry, like I tend to sometimes be like, oh, this person must know right off the bat what these cards are trying to say. With hard work here and commitment and perseverance, and also with discover your magical place, like there's obviously a part of you that really knows how to go forward, how to do that what you want, or to, even if you don't notice it, or if you don't know how you are doing it, like maybe you don't even know yourself how you are receiving all of these blessings, but it still does. And you need to know, like, the way that you are living life and the way that you are holding on to who you are. I was like kind of tapping onto my heart, like like who you are inside, to really focus on where you want to go. Like, maybe you're questioning, like, why am I actually manifesting these things, or am I actually being a risky person? I don't, we all make mistakes, so it's not like we are perfect. It's not like we are doing everything in the perfect way. We all just do and be, but if you are able to be you and it turns out pretty all right, then there's not really a lot to worry about. Just be cautious of things that you really have no experience with. That's my only advice. So now, advice and messages from Spirit to group 2. Anything that they want you to know. Too many. Soon a card will fall out. Don't worry. So, okay. We have a mother's love. A mother's love is reaching out to you at this time and holding you close. She knows how much you miss her and wants to remind you that this special bond of love can never be broken. I'm going to get another card. Okay, I just want to explain, because I'd be bothered at this too if it will be my reading. For the people who are not in contact or do not know a mother, have a sort of not really good relationship with that, it's not necessarily your mother. It's maybe a feminine energy, like an energy or a spirit guide that is reaching out to you and is really wanting to give you that love that a mother can give its child. I'm going to get one more card Oh wow, okay. Okay. That did something with my heart. Okay. Okay. Let go. Once you let go of the outcome, you'll be able to release all the emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good and guidance of spirit, as we have only your best intentions at heart and will do everything in our power to protect you. Again, for people who are not aligning with mother or father, I mean, it's just a feminine, warm energy that is full of love and wants to comfort you and wants to protect you with a lot of care and, again, warmth. Okay. Okay, okay, also 2 cards. I'll accept it because it also has 2 cards at this side. Okay. Surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. Prayer can also be like just you know, having a conversation with spirit, or you just letting go of expectations and control and asking for guidance, or to have a little bit of an easier time of surrendering. For some reason, it was very specific to say, but whatever. Anyway, second card, surrender to the habit of people pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. And I don't know what else to say. Let's just get to the next deck. Oh, too many. Okay. My dry answers are just based on me getting scared by cards falling out like that. Okay. Grounding in grace. Become aware of your ego. Why do I feel like it said something about ego before? Why? 1 second. I need to know. I don't know why, but I feel like I said that before. Okay, but maybe I said it with group 1. I don't even know. Okay, so. Beloved, help me celebrate each time I catch myself in the act of an ego pattern. As evidence, I am becoming more aware. Practice. Today, instead of judging yourself for the fact of your ego patterns, celebrate the fact that you can see them. Furthermore, get curious about what drives your patterns. What do you truly need to stay present and relax in this place? And now 1 more card from Spirit. So, message from Spirit for group 2. I want 1 card, please, Spirit. Here we go. All right. Dearest you, we have a secret to share with you. If you act as if all is well, it will be. Act as if you are brave, and you will have courage. Act as if you are loved, and you will be a magnet for love and experience the love of Spirit. Act as if your prayers have been answered, as if you are truly in sync with good fortune. How you think is how you will see the world, interact with it, and draw conclusions from it. If you want to be the person who has the life you want, co-creating and loving what is yours, you need to start acting as if that were truth. Don't worry about the conditions in your life that seem empty or cavernous. I don't know if I said that right. Chaotic or barren. These are temporary and don't even count. Defy them and act as if you're the luckiest person on the planet. You will be, for you already are. Sorry. That's the real secret. You are infinite potential. Loving you so much, rainbows explode in the ether. Never heard that before, but here we go. So, group 2, that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonated or was helpful in some way. I wish you an amazing day or night, and I hope you'll be back in the future. Hi, group 3, welcome to your reading. So we will be looking into what gentle messages you need to hear about yourself right now and what spirit wants you to know as well. So breathe. Let's get started with what is the topic for this week. What do you need to hear about yourself? All right, so what is the topic for group 3? Did I say group 3? I think I did, but I can never be sure because I forget it, right? It's not even. Okay, whatever. Okay. I was looking at the timing to see if it was 1 minute ago that I said it, but it's not even 40 seconds. Okay, whatever. What is the topic for group 3? Yeah, no. I want one card, please. One day, a card will fall out for group 3. What is the topic for group 3? The abyss, or abyss, I don't know. The abyss, I think that's the thing, the case, the one. Chaos, challenge, uncharted. I just heard conflict in my head. What has shattered and been reborn within my life? I'm just reading some parts. Right. Building out of chaos. That's why I was thinking of the word chaos. Shadow work, regeneration, planting new seeds. Okay. Immediately we have, why do you compare yourself to others? Well, that's straightforward. You know, we already had shadow work, and then we have, why do you compare yourself to others? Okay. I'm still working on what the message is. I mean, it's pretty clear. There are some things that are pretty clear. I mean, shadow work, why do you compare yourself to others? I'll get into it. What gentle messages does group 3 need to hear about themselves right now? I really feel I keep being called to like the color yellow, or like sunflowers or yellow flowers, as if spring is waiting, which the time that I'm filming it, it actually is spring season. Yeah, okay. It feels a lot like things are kind of lighting up, becoming more clear. You could have been called to group 2 as well. Oh. A new beginning. Have courage to open a new door. Okay. Nothing negative. I just processing the information. Okay, what gentle messages does group 3 need to hear about themselves? The light of your love. Okay. Let me just take this energy in. So there is definitely, excuse me, a message here about, I feel like at this very moment, it feels a little bit hard. It is a little bit hard. I feel like right now, things are not feeling well, and you may literally compare yourself as to think that everyone else is better and everyone else is having all of these opportunities and things coming for them, and you're like, but when am I? You know, when is my time? Like what? Like, I just heard the word ego, but when I'm receiving messages, it's not usually as easy as it comes. I mean, it's not that straightforward. Usually it has a lot of depth. So let me just look into this deck real quickly. The light of your love. Okay. So there is a message here that I'm going to read for you, like I did with the other groups as well. So the light of your love. I just heard the love of your life. Luminous one, did you forget that your brilliant heart lights the flame of others? The light of your love brightens the whole world in divine radiance simply by being you. You are an illuminator, and who is here to light the pathway from fear to love, from pain to joy, leading with your sacred heart flame to transform this world from dark to light, burning away fear and doubt that tries to keep love hidden. Your love light inspires hope, peace, and joy in all who witness you, surround you. But you must feed this sacred fire in your heart by following your passions, following what lights you up and awakens your heart to feel the potential of its brightness. The more you follow what sparks your heart, the brighter your flame and the wider your light spreads as it ripples out as a sea of love. The medicine of your bright influence can heal and change lives beyond what you could even imagine. This is your service, your birthright, your reason for being. What you deprive your heart of when you deprive your heart of what brightens your spirit, life loses the special magic you spark on this planet. Do not dim yourself to fit in or to make others more comfortable. Prioritize love and joy so you can light up the world with your radiance. So I don't know what to say with this, but I do know that I feel a lot with this. So the message here, what you need to know about yourself, is that you really are treating yourself very unfairly. And maybe I'm not right now like in your situation, or maybe I am. No, but maybe you view me as like, you don't know who I am. Like, how would you know that? Well, first off, that's kind of what I'm getting here. It's not really like I'm like tracing your phone or something. That's with all due respect, but that's a little bit too much. That's got a little bit too far ahead. Anyway, I was kind of having my own inner dialogue on camera, so hi, this is me. But anyway, I feel like and this is gonna feel and sound very empty, like, because you are probably, maybe for some of you, watching this when you are not really feeling the best. And I cannot literally make you feel better, but what I can do is say that I'm trying to say it in a different way than all these usual things that we hear constantly, like in any kind of video. And I want it to sound different. So sometimes hearing something completely new can really do something with us. Like, wait, that actually makes a lot more sense to me, or something like that. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like what you need to know is that, first off, yes, you are treating yourself unfairly, and you have the eyes of someone who is criticizing everyone, including yourself. You are looking at yourself as if you are not as worthy as other people. You are looking at yourself as if you are not spreading all of this beauty into the world. You need to know that people maybe are feeling so amazing because you are so amazing yourself. I feel like you have the ability, the talent to just be you with other people. And they love it. They love you. They love themselves more. Not because you it could be that you said or did something for them and it made them really feel, a new type of way. Not saying anything in particular, but I'm just saying, like, it just helped them feel more in alignment with themselves. But I feel like what the problem could be is with very, what's that called? Are you kidding me? I can't remember the word. I'm so sorry. My brain is not wanting to work with me. A people pleaser. You are such a beautiful example. Like, this is not necessarily people pleasing. This is just you wanting to spread love and wanting to help others and wanting to be that person, the best person that you can be, because you are that kind of person. You are tearing yourself down. You are telling yourself that you are not worth it, even if you're not consciously doing, consciously, even if you're not aware of it, that you're doing it. But treating yourself like garbage, treating yourself like you are on, like, I don't know, like you have, let's just say you're just at home and you're just cooking your dinner, and you act as if some pro chef or something is sitting next to you and is giving you like all kinds of information that you need to do, as if you will fail at this if you do not do that. Like, you tend to do that because that's your way of possibly surviving, making yourself feel like you're valid, as if you are part of this world, as if you are meant to be here, as if you are worthy. You do not need to be a pro chef, or however you call it. You do not need to be a freaking artist. You do not have to best high-pitched voice or whatever. You do not need to be perfect. You need to look at who you are as a person. You need to look at what you do for yourself, where these things are coming from, where you are drawing your powers from, because you care. And it's not necessarily conditional in a way that, like, you just want to help people because you want to help people. It's not like you just do it because it's this person, or you just do it because it's that person or whatever. Even if it's a small thing, you do a lot more for the world than you imagine you are. Like, I don't know exactly what it is, but I feel like you have a huge impact on how the world is going around. Like, even if it's a small thing, like the way that you are showing up for the universe, I feel like the universe feels like, you know, as if there is also like hope for a better future. And they see that the way that you turn out, like, people are able to do it. People are able to not just go through something, for example, and just turn out to make that into, or make themselves into a villain because they're like, although I do understand that a lot of people are like, you know, thinking sometimes like they want to be a villain, or like they had those experiences, like I'm the bad guy. Now I'm the bad one. Point is, what I'm trying to say is that no matter how you have treated yourself in the past, how you have been treated, that does not mean that it needs to continue this way. It does not mean that you deserve this kind of treatment. And the point of what you, like, the thing that you need to know is that, and I'm not just saying it, like, you think you are down here, well, actually, you are all the way up here. Like, you think you're really at the bottom of the mountain. And I do want to add, like, this cold, you know, it could be something beautiful. It could be something very extraordinary, where we have a beginner's mind, where we are able to be like, you know what, I don't know if I'm doing it correctly. Like, it's not necessarily always a bad thing, because at least we're able to see if things are possibly not always the way we view it. But you do it constantly, even with the things that deserve a lot more patience and a lot more kindness, and a lot more gentleness. Like, you can actually just be gentle and be like, you know what, fuck it. Or just forget it. Let's just, you know, I don't know what exactly I'm going on, what I'm really talking about right now. I really have no flippin' idea what I'm talking about. But if some of you understand what I'm talking about, or if some of these things make sense, then I'd highly suggest to keep that in your mind. Because, for example, me saying all these things, that is also me having an impact on other people, possibly, you know? And at the end of this reading, I'm gonna forget my impact, and I'm gonna, for example, even when I'm doing such amazing things, I could treat myself like shit, because I totally forgot my intentions for other people and what I do. And I feel like this could also be something, you know, for example, and you be like, no, you don't need to feel that way. Like, it's okay. Like, you are a beautiful person. But do you ever say that to yourself? Like, let's just, you know, what's it called? Let's just flip it around. Let's just try and, what if you be sitting here and saying that to me? You'll be saying, possibly, I believe in humanity. You are going to say very beautiful things about me, you know, because that's just the way it is. If I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But let's just say you are sitting here at this desk and you are saying all these things to me. Then, you know, I feel like this is just, I don't know how to explain it. That's the problem. Point is that you really need to see that other people will always view you differently than you view yourself. So I view you as a beautiful, beautiful soul. And you probably also view me as a beautiful soul, or whatever. Or other people. I mean, if you don't know, whatever. But we do not realize that we, like you, looking at yourself, or maybe not looking at yourself, unless you have a mirror. My mind needs to stop working against me. Sorry, I'm like my head is like, what the heck is happening? Like it's kind of breaking into pieces. 1 second. We'll just say these things about yourself with absolute awareness of who you are talking to. I don't know how you will do this, but you are going in a very beautiful direction. You do not have to worry. I mean, we're still going to worry because that's just how we humans are. We're still going to worry because we do not see the proof in front of us that something is possibly changing. But maybe look around your surroundings. Maybe look at yourself. The fact that you are changing, the fact that you are evolving, even if you feel like things are going to shit. I read a quote once, or not once, or in the last few days, and there was like, the moon symbolizes internal change, and the sun symbolizes external change. So even if you are feeling like shit right now, this is the internal change. And when we change internally, we are also able to externally change things. So you are right now in a beautiful, I just heard atmosphere, but I wanted to say something different. In a beautiful, maybe not too very much, enjoyable phase of your life where you are preparing for outer external changes as well. A new beginning within yourself, outside of yourself, with other people. Let's just get into the advice now because I've been talking a lot. So, advice and messages from Spirit to group 3. Excuse me, burping. I'm laughing because we have a recurring message here. New beginnings, with a new beginning, with new beginnings. Just so you know that new beginnings are coming up. New beginnings. Okay. Everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving, and therefore continuously changing and evolving. Be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon. Have courage and faith. Sorry, I thought that there was a card about courage or faith. Because right now life is trying to nudge you forward and move you in a new direction. I don't need to say anything else about that. That speaks for itself. Okay, or you have a card. Surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities with a new beginning. Sorry. Okay, so. Okay, so advice, messages from Spirit for group 3. Wanted to say group 1 for a second, but group 3. 1, 2. Okay, I'll accept it for once. I have these tics. I can't help it, but they need to be kind of perfect. Okay, so transforming power of grace. Okay, with a reclaim inherent goodness. What is it like in your body, heart, and mind when you recognize your inherent goodness is intact? Practice. Today, question the presumption that something at your core is less than holy. Here amidst the muck and mess of being human, open to grace. Reclaim what is always shining at your depth and find the capacity to forgive yourself. Meditate on what limits your experience of inherent goodness shining at the core of yourself. Bring anything you see to the light, just meeting it unconditionally, remembering you don't need to try to fix anything. Then meditate on the above inquiry. And another one with grounding in grace, with soften, open, allow. What is it like? Oh my God, a recurring thing. What is it like in body, heart, and mind if you open? Also says, what is it like in your body, heart, and mind? Are you okay? It's not with every card that it happens. Okay. If you open, soften, and allow your experience to be exactly the way it is. Breathe. Okay. Instead of trying to change or rearrange your present state, see what happens if you just be present where you are now, fully accepting the moment as it is. Do not reject your experience in any way. Excuse me. Do not judge yourself for where you are. Let yourself feel everything that is here while doing nothing to figure it out or fix it. Then meditate on the above question, which will nudge you into the state of ego relaxation, making you more receptive to grace. This also makes a beautiful focus for a walking meditation in nature. Now let's get one more card. I mean, you can do whatever you want with that information. Oh, I don't need this one. Let's get one more message from Spirit for group 3. Okay. Like, with this group, cards fall out pretty quickly. Alright. There you. The simple yet powerful law of cause and effect means everything is in a relationship. Every action on earth has a consequence, and even in the spirit world, there is a consequence for every action taken on your behalf. Right now, you're facing conditions that were set in motion by past decisions. Consequences are coming into being in your favor. They will remind you that making good choices and listening to your intuition pay off. If some things are a little off and uncertain, know that whatever you are facing, you can step beyond it just by using your imagination and acting on that instead of reacting to what is being presented. Everything you think and do has far-reaching reverberations in the web of life. Move to higher ground and have faith that what goes around comes around. The universe is always self-correcting anyway. Isn't that amazing? How we adore you. So group up. I almost forgot. I wanted to put it up. I forgot it with group 2, but okay. Anyway. So group 3. That's all I have for you. So I hope this reading resonated or was helpful in some way. I wish you an amazing day or night, and I hope you'll be back in the future. Hi, group 4. Welcome to your reading. So we will be looking into what gentle messages you need to hear about yourself right now and what Spirit wants you to know. So let's get started with what is the topic for this week. I keep forgetting, but I hope I said group 4. I think I did, but I keep forgetting whether I said that or not. So now we're going to look into the topic for what you need to know. We will see. Okay, so we have Whispers of Time. Okay. Let me look in the booklet for that. So in the book it says equilibrium. It's a mouthful. I have a problem with that word. Struggle with that word. Balance, timelines, duality, parallel timelines, walking the path of your heart. Reminds me of the Hierophant of the Tarot, the shadows and the lightness. Without the dark we will see the stars. Okay. Ow. I hit my foot against something. And I don't know what the word is, so I can't explain. But anyways. Now. Equilibrium, balance, timelines. Okay. So, what gentle messages does group 4, I want to say group 3, group 4 need to hear about themselves right now? Okay. Trust the divine rhythm. Somehow my head says this makes sense. I don't know why. Rhythm, time, divine rhythm. Okay. Let's just not draw conclusions yet. Let's figure out what this is talking about. Oh. Okay. What gentle messages does group 4 need to hear about themselves right now? One day a card will fall out. Don't worry. Okay, I want one card. Flow. See where it takes you. Why do these cards make me feel as if everything is trying to say one specific thing? I don't know. Okay, so what gentle messages does the report need to hear about themselves right now? Too many. What gentle messages does group 4 need to hear about themselves right now? Regal leader. I need to look into this card because I have no idea what that means. Okay. X, which means 10. Let's see. So, let's read the message that this that this paragraph, I don't know whether I'm saying things right or not. What does this card mean? The earth is calling on leaders to rise to their potential to activate new ways of being for humanity. The new age of leadership is not born of separation or fueled by the leadership, by the feeling of power that feeds the ego. No, this way of leadership is all about compassion, service, self-sovereignty, and leading by example. I was distracted for a second, sorry. With the strength, courage, and peace of the spiritual warrior. Spiritual warriors do not seek authority for themselves or followers to follow them. Instead, their purpose is to lift others up into their own authority by standing in the truth of their heart. You are being called into this leadership, warrior, to walk in reverence as you honor your heart's calling. In order to step into this leadership, you must stay true to your heart, your own inner knowing and spiritual authority. You are not here to follow what others are doing just because it feels safe, and it will not ruffle any feathers. Do not fear and control weigh down your crown. I had some struggles with that sentence. Okay. You are the revolution and the peace, carrying the medicine of perseverance. You, noble one, are meant to shine so brightly in your truth that you lead others to do the same, activating more and more self-sovereignty on this planet. Trust your unique knowing, act with conviction, and be empowered to speak from your heart. Be the leader the earth needs you to be. Okay. And now with whispers of time, okay? I'm trying to really understand and say it in the best way possible. Oh, right. Okay. So, duality, parallel timelines, walking the path of your heart, which did remind me of the Hierophant from Tarot. Okay, so I feel like most of the messages that you needed to hear are already spoken with this regal leader. I feel if there's anything that you need to know as well is that you have more than enough you are more than enough. You are one of the best examples to take on the role of a regal leader. You are one of the best people to be this example for other people to trust themselves and to love themselves. I feel like no matter where you are with your life right now, you feel like one of your missions is to really put a lot of your effort into being the best person that you can be, and being very like with flow, and also with this I don't know the word but with this you know, what used to be a flower. I do not dare to say anything before I later look at this and I'm like, oh my god, I was so wrong when saying that. Okay, but anyway, I feel like this reading needs to be a reminder that you are very much on the right path. You are very much doing the things that you always wanted to do. Like when you are asking about, am I going the direction I am seeking to go? Like where, like, am I going where I want to go? Is this the direction of what I've manifested so far? Like, yes, you are. I mean, I feel like your main, not main purpose, but it can even be in you being like a teacher, or you being like a person that carries some kind of role, like a role model kind of state. Like maybe you are a parent, maybe you are a grandparent, maybe you are, again, a teacher, a mentor, maybe you are very known with some sort of subjects. And it doesn't even have to be one of these things. Like even if you are just a younger person who really doesn't get why, like maybe you're just a younger, it doesn't matter how young or how old, oh my god, age doesn't matter. Maybe you're just a person, you don't get what made you this way, or you get like, it's like you, I don't really know how to explain it. But you are a beautiful role model and a beautiful soul. And it's not necessarily about following you. It's about understanding that you do not need to follow others, but understanding that other people can follow themselves with the advice. Like without your advice, I really don't know how to explain it, because you already know so much. It's like, I don't need to explain these things, because you're looking at it and you're like, I know what this means. Like you are possibly also an oracle or tarot card reader. You do readings for yourself, or you're someone who is like very spiritual. You know a lot of things. You are very intuitive. I don't know why you're here. I'm literally like kind of like clueless what to do with my hands. Like I don't know how to explain it. But if there's something that you need to know, then it is that you have very beautiful communication with your spirit guides, and you have a very beautiful path ahead of you. Like this is like almost just confirming that you are already where you want to be. Maybe you are not at the end result, but it doesn't matter, because the end result, it's all about the journey, right? And maybe there are some things that I'm mentioning that will be like, hey, that actually makes sense to me, or that somehow resonates or something, even if I don't remember it after saying it 10 seconds later ago. Oh god, it's been a day. I'm a little bit, exhausted. I feel like if there's one thing that you need to know, it's not about what you are becoming, but why you are becoming this, and why you are such an amazing person. And I feel like you need to know that you are a very beautiful example of someone who does not focus on purely the white or the black. You are someone who is able to go somewhere in between and find a solution and find a way to solve something, or a way to make something better or worthwhile. I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's almost like Spirit is saying, like, these are the messages that you need to say, but you are not going to understand why you are saying them. Maybe that's also something that you resonate with, that you sometimes don't know why you know things, but they were somehow very relevant and helpful to other people around you. I feel like you are someone who really is the kind of go-to person when someone really needs advice. And I don't know if this is something that you purposely do, but anyway, your messages and your guidance helps a lot of people. Like, maybe you say a lot of things that make sense to their past self, to their little inner child, to their ego. Like, maybe you trigger people. It happens to the best of us. Like, we don't want to do it, but we still do it. I need some guidance from my spirit guides. 1 second. Okay. Right, thank you for reminding me. You are someone who is able to recognize that if you want to make changes, there needs to be a change within you as well. Like, I think that you and group 3 need to have a talk. No, don't. Just kidding. But some people have struggles with sometimes accepting truths for what they are. I feel like you are some sort of spiritual mentor, or someone who is just, whether you actually have like some kind of, I just heard license, or some kind of, like, whether you studied something, or you have like a profession that has something in the medical or in the psychic psychological kind of way. Like, it doesn't matter, because you still have your own knowledge that you have been collecting since always. I feel like there may be a question of, why are they choosing me? Why am I chosen? Like, maybe the movie Moana could be significant. I'm being reminded of the scene where she's like, why me? Why am I the chosen? Why am I always so called to the sea? Why am I called to do this? And I feel like that is kind of spot on with what I've been talking about. Anyway, I feel like you may not understand why right now. You know what you need to do, but you don't know why. Why are you the one who is chosen for this? I feel like you are the one who is able to see more dimensions and not just be so fixed on one certain thing. You are able to see beyond the limitations, beyond the limits that other people put up. You are able to see beyond it and be able to feel or understand why things are happening. And that is one of the reasons why I feel like this is why you are the perfect fit for being a role model for these people, because you're showing yourself, you're being courageous, you're being brave enough to take on that challenge and tell other people that fear is the only thing that really slows you down, or maybe even ruins your life. I'm not going to say ruin, but I feel like you're the only one who can tell people why, or you are maybe not even tell, but you can be a role model. You can show people, even without giving them direct advice. You can just be yourself, and they see a part of you and they see a part of themselves that wants to be revealed. They see themselves in you. And as I said before, it can be triggering in a positive or a negative way. So let's see what advice Spirit has for you, or other messages from Spirit for group 4. Forgiveness. Okay. Holding on to resentment and anger, I was just talking about fear, whatever, is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness in its own right is equally incredibly powerful, and it has the capacity to heal and transform. In case you're wondering, why are you the person? Because you're able to see and understand and feel, and that makes it easier for you. Maybe not the easiest for everyone, but not easy, but it makes it, you are, even without wanting, able to see and just understand complex kind of things that other people wouldn't. They would like possibly just immediately put a label on someone and be like, that person is toxic. And you are able to look past that and be like, you know what? They may look toxic, but they have not excuses, but reasons for why they turned out this way. For example, cards are falling. Okay, come here. I was talking to my deck of cards. I usually talk to my cards. I don't know about you. If you have something, I don't know, a candle, and you just talk to your candle. I don't know. I'm just talking crap right now. Let's just move on. So, advice and messages from the Spirit for group 4. Yeah, no, we're going to take one card, okay? And we have surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you're energized and happy, move forward. What I also feel like needs to be mentioned is that even if you are a huge help to people, don't necessarily involve yourself with these people. Even if you may understand them, look out for yourself first, because even if you are able to heal them, who is going to heal you after all that drama with that person? Look out for yourself. You are not their carer. You are not someone who takes care of them. You are not their, you are possibly not their parent. I mean, if you are, then, you know, other story. But you cannot just put a 7-light wand against them and be like, you know what, you're healed and energized. I don't know. The only person that you can change is yourself. You cannot force other people to do something or change or behave in a way. Focus on yourself. That is where the magic lies. And people will do whatever. And if they are smart enough, they will understand that what you are doing is actually inspiration to them. Believe me, they will be a lot more thankful. Everyone will be, including yourself, if you are taking care of yourself first. You can give someone advice, but you do not need to literally be their source of validation. Okay. All right, advice and messages from Spirit for group 4. All right, one card. We have transforming power of grace. Understand your grievances. What is your fear of forgiving yourself? Are you kidding me? Forgiveness. What is your fear of forgiving yourself, forgiving another? What does holding on to your grievance provide that you think you need? Practice. Consider something that you feel you need to guard your heart against. Name and understand your concerns. Just don't justify them. Grace will do the rest. Oh, I like with these papers here. It's almost like maybe writing it down and reading it for yourself. For me personally, it won't work. So maybe reading it for another person will actually make it a lot more real. It could be a little bit triggering, but it will actually get through to you for some of you. Anyway, now we're going to look into one last message from Spirit. Oh. To see what else you need to know. A message from Spirit for group 2, group 4, or whatever. Yeah, I'd love to, but we don't have enough time. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Message from Spirit for group 4. Thank you. All right, so we have, dear you, uncertainty is the new normal for the whole world. Things are changing at a rapid pace. I hope I said that word right. I think it is. Otherwise, it would sound really weird. And the old ways we once trusted are no longer reliable. But leaving the familiar behind can be a good thing. When you are pushed to step into the unknown, you are pulled forward into discovering new possibilities that have been hidden in plain sight. There is a song literally called In Plain Sight by, oh my God, what's her name? Oh, please don't leave me hanging out, Spirit. Matilda Mann. That's literally her name. In Plain Sight, whatever. Anyway, check in with your higher power. Your soul knows better than your small self. Have faith in the support of our higher power and the infinite potential for your life. Right now, the advice we have for you is this. Try something new. Do something different. You won't know how it feels, what it looks like, or what the outcome will be if you do not take that first step into the unknown and experience the unfamiliarity. You'll be so glad you did because the treasure will appear. We're so proud of you for being brave. You are so loved and supported. So, oh, right. I want to just, if you want to screenshot that or want to read it, I don't know, do whatever you want with it. So I want to say group 3, but group 4, that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonated in some way or was helpful in some way. I wish you an amazing day or night, and I hope you'll be back in the future.